Hello, my name is Christian Bayless, and today I'm going to be doing a presentation on ChatGPT. So, ChatGPT, as many of you may know, is a form of artificial intelligence. But what else is ChatGPT? So, a lot of ways ChatGPT can be looked at as a tool for an array of things, as I'll get into in this presentation. But just to start out, a tool for everyday people or for workers. Is it going to amplify everything that we do? Is it going to make it easier for us to do? Is it going to improve how we do things? Or, on the negative side, is it a crutch? Are we going to use it too much? Are we going to rely on it too much to the point where we can no longer do things ourselves or no longer do things as humans do, but from the idea of artificial intelligence instead? So ChatGPT has a lot of uses, many of which stem from the engineers creating it to make things easier for us. One of those uses is art. One of the discussions that a lot of people have surrounding artificial intelligence and ChatGPT specifically is its creation of art. It can take an input in the search field, and you can type any kind of prompt that you can imagine, honestly, and it can create something from just a few words that you input. But the negative side to that, as I'll get into more later, is that it takes a lot of what it creates from other artists, other creators, and other people's styles, other people's actual works of art, and puts it into theirs being the engine, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, and puts it out as somebody else's, for somebody to take credit for, or for somebody to present as their own. School, so it has a lot of uses in school. You can put in math problems, you can put in essay prompts, you can put in all sorts of things that you may get as homework or as projects, and it can create them for you, making it a lot harder to determine whether or not the student put the effort in themselves or they just typed it into the search engine. Work, it makes a lot of people's work easier, whether it be customer service, whether it be what you're doing on a specific project at work. If you've got some questions and you don't know really who to go to with an answer, it's got all kinds of responses to situations that may arise whenever you're doing your work. Entertainment, a lot of people just go on in ChatGPT and they can have a conversation with it, just as they can with a friend. They can have a conversation with a computer. They can go and create a story if they feel like it. They can type in a few ideas that they have, and then it can output an entire short story, an entire script, whatever, and then they can read off of it and enjoy it themselves or present it as their own as well. Content creation. A lot of the content on most of the platforms that are used today, whether it be TikTok, YouTube, Instagram, anything, it creates incredible filters where you can no longer tell what's real and what's not. It creates incredible videos from scratch where also you cannot tell what's real and what isn't. It can present a news feed as an actual situation and a current event, but it's all created from artificial intelligence. And there's many channels on TikTok and YouTube specifically that actually have videos created specifically to keep people entertained and keep people scrolling on that specific website or on that specific page, just to keep their engagement up. Because the more that it keeps people entertained, the more that they're going to watch the videos, the more views they get, the more money they get, yada yada. You know how it goes. So, what else can ChatGPT do? ChatGPT has been known for its companionship. And by companionship, I don't really mean necessarily having just a friend on the side. I mean companionship in the sense that it's the only person that some people have communication with. Person, I say. But the only thing that some people have communication with, whether they don't have any friends, or they much rather talk to the computer because it's much more entertaining to them, it's much more interesting, this Chat GPT program can actually have a full-on conversation with you, a full-on Discord. It has grown exponentially from the original Chat GPT. I believe we are on Chat GPT 4 right now, which 3 was extremely improved, and now that we're on 4, it's almost as if you're talking to somebody else. It's learning from every single conversation and every single discourse it has with any person inputting any kind of information. It has the ability to learn the person, it has the ability to learn activities, the ability to learn any sort of communication that you have with these devices. It can learn and it can improve. Relationships. As strange as it may sound, there's a movie called Her, where they create OI devices that are actual artificial intelligence, but people created relationships with them. And this is coming to life more and more each day as we continue to see the growth, the exponential growth of ChatGPT, in the instance where people can create artificial girlfriends or boyfriends and communicate with them back and forth throughout the day and talk to them and love them more than they could with human beings. Marketing. The idea of the marketing and the companionship is something that is quite baffling, to be honest, but these kind of relationships that they have with these people, their friends, their loving partners, they learn from that, and they learn exactly what you need in order to buy something, what they could show you that they know that you might enjoy, because you've conversed with them, you've talked to them about your personal life and about things that you like to do. And so it can market items specifically to you based on those conversations. Now, ChatGPT has a lot of uses, again, as I said before, some of those being writing emails to your boss or to your employees or to your friends or to your family. It can create an email just as it can create an essay just from a couple prompts that you put in and a couple ideas that you cover. The same with communication with other people in any other way. What should I text this person? This is what they said. You send a picture into the ChatGPT and it gives you a viable response that you can put in, whether you don't want to talk to this person, whether you'd like to get to know this person more, whether you're on a dating app and you can put in whatever information you like to convey to this person. You can create a personality in a way and communicate with these people in that way. Engineering and science. So, as I said before, it is learning, and everything that we talk to it, everything that we say, ChatGPT is learning. A lot of the uses can be involved in work, as I said, such as the scientific field, the engineering fields. If they don't know what's going on, a few things of information, it searches the entire web, and it is essentially learned how to do your job for you. All you need to do is ask it. Right now we're at the point where we need to ask it. Who knows how much longer until it gets to the point where it can do it on its own. Scientific formulas, mechanical issues, all kinds of things like that. Smart ads, as I said before, it's learning from everything you do. So you don't even necessarily, this is more on the idea of artificial intelligence in general than specifically ChatGPT, but everything that you scroll on and look at, and the more time you spend on a certain website, it calculates that. The artificial intelligence tools that are implemented in these websites, it calculates every second that you spend on a certain website and starts spitting out more and more advertisements that are specifically designed for you, or what they believe for you. And so the smart ads is something that is not necessarily just ChatGPT, but just artificial intelligence in general. Time saving. As I mentioned in the above things, all it takes is a few inputs into the server, and it creates all sorts of tasks that you can get done at a certain amount of time, how to do it in a certain amount of time, does it for you to in a certain amount of time, in a shorter amount of time than we as humans could possibly do. So it has grown quite a bit in the last, I'd say 3 years specifically, but in this last year alone, it has grown. Here it says, ChatGPT use continues to rise. A majority of adults under 30 have used it. And this is the percent of United States adults who say they have ever used ChatGPT. Now the ages vary. Of course, the older you are, the less likely you are to use it. But all the way up here in the 18 to 29 year olds, that demographic it's skyrocketing. The use is skyrocketing. 58% have used it. And that's millions and millions of people. So it has grown exponentially in the last year specifically, but over the last 5 years, an incredible amount. And that's from the Pew Research Center. So what are some ChatGPT issues? Where could it go wrong, right? You think all of these lovely applications that can be used for, where could it go wrong? Well, for one, it's overuse. We rely on it too much as a society. Right now, I could only imagine how it's going to be later. So the overuse of it has kind of taken away the human aspect of it. Resources. And this is a conversation among a lot of people, that it uses up a lot of resources in order to power these artificial intelligence tools. ChatGPT itself, even in making the art that you put into the prompt, it takes so many resources to keep up, to provide energy, to provide anything that is necessary to create these things. And so it's kind of worrisome how easily and willingly we are just going into this without thinking about how it could affect us in our environment. Jobs, just as a lot of things have come out in the past, a lot of the experiences we have, it could be taking people's jobs. A lot of people are concerned with wanting to keep their job. Of course, this is sometimes just a hypothetical situation. But in this instance, artificial intelligence has already begun taking jobs with robots, with machines, with customer service. All it takes is putting in an artificial intelligence engine into your website, and there you go. You can have a chat with a bot. You can communicate with the bot on the phone, and in essence, it's depleting our jobs. Humanity. At what point have we become the artificial intelligence? At what point is it taking over our thought process rather than amplifying what we do in our lives? It's getting pretty close. And it's only going to get closer until we actually take a real hard look at what we're doing. So it's kind of taking away the humanity aspect from the things that we do. Identity. In the AI Dilemma essay that I submitted earlier, I discussed about how the internet and social media in general have sort of morphed into our identities as human beings, because we don't really exist outside of social media. Of course we do, but in essence we don't, because if we don't have this many followers or this kind of engagement, whatever you may look at it as, with businesses, with human beings just in their daily lives, if you don't have social media, do you really exist? It's getting to the same point with artificial intelligence and ChatGPT. Has it become our identity? Can we communicate on a dating app without using ChatGPT to bolster what we're saying or to convey what we want to say better than we can say it? And so, in conclusion, ChatGPT has many, many uses, many positive uses. It's also got some very negative effects on us. So, in this video, I just included a video about what ChatGPT is and how we use it. In the video, he discusses all the different ways you can put things into ChatGPT, as I mentioned in the ChatGPT uses slide. And he discusses how exponential the growth has gotten and how often people use it and what people use it for. I'm gonna skip playing the video. Hopefully that's okay, because he pretty much just talks about what I talked about in this presentation. And so yeah, that's my discussion on ChatGPT and its uses, its positive impacts, and its negative connotations as well. So thank you again. My name is Christian Bayless, and this is ChatGPT.